Hello, this is your friend Velma Hagar, and here is looking at you, kid. You just have to enjoy this coffee with me for a minute, just for a minute. Okay, here we go. Hi. I hope you guys are all doing well. I sure am. You know, I'm doing wonderful. I've done wonderful through the whole pandemic. I've had no problems, thank God. And nobody I love has. Lila had the COVID, but she sailed through it. And I think that she was our scapegoat. I think we all became immune to it because of her. I think she got it, we were exposed, and we are immune. And we're not getting the vaccine. No vaccine. Okay, you know what we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about hidden treasures and secret places. You know, I want to tell you the story. Most of you, a lot of you, not all of you, many of you know this story about how my book came into being. About 15 years ago, I decided I was going to send all of my children a little blog every morning because I wanted them to learn about the principles of God and how to be successful in life. And so every morning I wrote this little blog and I sent it to my kids. Pretty soon some of my friends said to me, well, send it to me too. And so I started sending it to a few of my friends. And it got bigger and bigger and bigger until finally I decided I would put it on Facebook. And on Facebook, it took off, and I have a lot of followers that read my blog every day. And I had many people saying to me, you need to write a book. You need to write a book. And I'm like, oh, you know, I don't want to write a book, you know. And so anyway, by this time I had been doing my blog for several years. And so finally I sat up one day because every day almost there was someone that said to me, you need to write a book. So I sat up there one day and I said to God out loud, I always talk to God out loud. I said, if you want me to write a book, you need to drop it in my lap. So doggone. A few days later, this gal calls me that lives in Minnesota and was here in the desert for a visit and wanted to meet with me for coffee. And she was a life coach by trade. And she says to me, you need to write a book. Duh. So anyway, to make a long story short, she said, you know what, I'll do all the work for you. I will extract all of those blogs that you've been putting on there, and I will get a book together for you. You just decide what cover, what you want to call it, and we'll put it together. So with that, my book became a book. It became a book. I couldn't believe it when I got it. I had enough blogs in there after all those years to do 2 or 3 books. See, if you'll notice, each page is one day. It's done in the form of like a devotional. Okay, so it's got a date, and you read that day, and we have 2 every day. So she put this together. When I got the book, this is the part that blew me away. The date of the publishing that it was published was 7 years to the day that I had begun doing my blogs. Now, you know, I'm a big believer in numbers. I don't want to go off on this because I could. I love numbers. 7 years to the day, God's perfect number. And I took this thing and I went, oh my God, if you're faithful with a little, you'll get a lot. I was faithful. Every day I did that doggone blog. I never missed. I want to tell you, I think it's been 15 years now. And I have never missed doing a blog since I started. Even when I got in a car accident and they put me in the hospital, I had 4 broken ribs. Nope, did my blog, got it out. If you're faithful with a little, you know what? You're going to get a lot. I want to tell you, that's really not what I planned to be the main topic, but I think it is. Because next time I want to tell you about how I got the name. Well, I'll tell you how I got the name. So I'm going to call it Velma's Pearls of Wisdom because everybody is calling it that on Facebook, and that's kind of the name that they've given me for my blogs. Look how tan I am. I lay out on the patio every morning when I go on my stand-up, and I'm getting brown. Someone said my skin was yellow. Oh, well, maybe it is. I thought it looked pretty good. Anyway, okay, so now I'm laying in bed one night, and I hear that I'm saying, I love that scripture, hidden treasures in secret places. It's actually a scripture. It's in Isaiah. Isaiah 40, I think. I wrote it in here. It's Isaiah 40. You should know where it is so you can look it up. You know, I never give addresses because I don't know addresses. No, I don't have it here. Anyway, I don't know addresses. I just know the word. So anyway, I hear this. Oh, I love that scripture. So my son was here that morning, and I go out on the patio with him, and I say, don't you love the scripture, hidden treasures? I will show you hidden treasures in secret places. And he goes, that's the name of your book, Mom. That's the name of your book. And I went, oh my God, it is the name of my book. And so we named it Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. And I want to tell you, this book is filled with hidden treasures, as is the Bible, where I got all of the treasures from. I stole the treasures from the Bible. I took a scripture and I put everyday practical living to it, so it would be easier to understand it. It wouldn't be like, what did it even by that? Well, you know what? You can't miss it when you read my book. So I really wanted to, this is kind of a little advertisement in a way, but it is also a teaching, because I'm going to tell you guys something. When we were kids, my mother used to say, keep your eyes glued to the ground because you never know what you're going to find. Well, you know, it was because we were so poor. We looked for even pennies to anything. We would take anything, you know. And you know what? My mom was right. It's not just because there's treasures everywhere, and generally they're right at your doggone feet. We get so busy looking for the treasures. Oh, the treasure's out there or somewhere. No, the treasure is right here, right in your life. It might be in your child or your mate, or it might be in your house. But look for the treasures. You know, we used to get so excited, my mother teaching us to look for treasures, that it was like a game to us, you know. And I want to tell you, you do it in your life. This world is filled with treasures, and you can walk right past them. You walk right past them. Mother used to say, keep your eyes glued to the ground, and that's what I want to tell you. Now, this doesn't mean you don't watch where you're going and all that, but just be aware of what's around you, and then be cognizant of treasures. Sometimes they're right there, and you don't see them as a treasure. Got it? I was going to talk about my mother, but I didn't get a chance because I've already talked for 7 minutes, and you guys have attention spans this big. You can't stay any longer. Okay, you guys, I'm going to close this off. I'm going to a little luncheon this afternoon anyway. I'm all dressed up, ready to go. But I wanted to do this before I left. So, okay, got it. And then, here, buy my book. It's on Amazon. It's a 5-star. It is just amazing. I'm so proud of this thing. I can't believe I wrote it. But you know what? God wrote it through me. I didn't write it. He wrote it. That's what's really good about it. Okay, and see that little subscribe button down there on your right? Hit that little thing. Subscribe. I'm chugging along trying to get up. YouTube is a hard nut to crack. But you guys have been faithful, and I love you for it, okay? So, and look at my little clicker. Oh, here's my clicker. Let's see if I can click the thing off. I clicked it on really good. So you're supposed to do it kind of down here where no one knows what you're doing, but I kind of let you guys know everything that's going on in my life. Okay, you guys, got it? Hidden treasures in secret places. Remember to watch for the hidden treasures. Don't forget to watch for them. And subscribe. And until next time, this is Velma Hagar bidding you a blessed day. Bye. Oh, it didn't work. All right, let's try this one. Bye.